Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies, a podcast about people sharing extraordinary stories about how music has impacted their lives.
Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies. I'm your host, Annette Smith, and our guest today, as you can see in this awesome garage, is the greatest Iron Maiden lover ever, Freeman. How are you today?
I'm all good, you?
Good. I'm doing really good. I'm excited to be in your garage. This is my first world tour.
That's a good place to do it.
It's nice to come here and make you get everything together for me. My producer was super lazy today, but
I noticed that.
oh, fucking T-bone, right? It's never ending, never ending. So before we get started, I always like to ask, what was your experience putting your playlist together? Because you actually got it to me quite quickly. I'm always curious how people go through there and pick their songs, and what kind of experience did you have putting your playlist together?
Well, I had a few already, but I got stuck. So I asked Chris, she said, "Oh, do you want help with it?" And I said, "Yeah, actually I do." She's like, "Oh, well, what about this? What about this? This?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, yep." And then that was it. Done. Sent it all. I actually had to cut a bunch because we had too many. Right?
I know it's hard.
But
I was shocked that you didn't have any Baby Shark on there.
Who's that?
No Baby Shark. See, even your wife knows that song. It's crazy.
No
it's
idea.
Crazy. So if you were to describe your playlist to somebody, what would you say? How would you describe it to somebody that was deaf?
That was deaf. Well, first listen to the damn thing. I don't know. It's just a mix of just different things that we've done, pretty much. Like, that's all. I mean, a lot of it is going to be festival stuff because that's the highlight of pretty much, once we hit our first festival, it was it, right? Like, it's like, shit, that's seeing one band in concert just isn't enough after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just almost boring. But yeah, no, I think a lot of it came from that.
No, I love it. I love your playlist. And it's all over the place a little bit. It is very metal, but I love metal. So it's refreshing. You're my first metalhead on the show.
Oh, good.
Which is awesome. Right? I'm excited. Okay, so we're going to dive into your first song. You ready? So I've never heard this song before.
Yeah, that's a great song.
I feel like, what's this instrument?
Didgeridoo, yeah.
It totally is.
No, they're from New Zealand.
So what kind of memory do you have from that song?
Well, that was actually, we were going to download 2019, I believe. They were going to be playing at like 10 in the morning. And we'd already been to the day before, right? So it's like, and it ends pretty early. It's like midnight, and you get on the bus, you get back.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, fuck, we don't want to just stop because you're drinking all day. And so I think we hit a pub. I don't know if that was the one where I'm up there getting a drink, and then I just see someone across my head. What the fuck is that? And it's some dude. He's like fondling my hair. And I'm like, and I'm looking at the guy fucking, I must have gave him a look because he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at your hair. And I was like, okay, whatever. Fuck. Grabbed my drinks and ran. And yeah, and then later on in the night, these guys showed up. They were hanging around, like watching our table. And Chris is like, hey, you guys come over and take a picture. And I'm like, no, I just told you these are the fucking guys who were fondling my hair. I don't want them. It's awkward. And it went late. So it's, I mean, no, you're not going to get up early after that. And
No.
It actually is kind of shitty because they're so good that, and it was Robin, like I didn't even know them that well.
Yeah.
And Robin's like, hey, do you guys want to go up and see, Alien Weaponry? I'm like, yeah, it's like 10? No, we're not going to be fucking conscious then.
So let's bring it back to this guy fondling your hair a little bit. So
yeah.
Did anything happen after that?
No, I didn't meet him in the bathroom, if that's what you're asking. No, I don't know. He always seemed to be around the table though.
Did you feel like he was like stalking you? Or you like?
Oh, he was full on gay. He was into me for sure.
Do you get that a lot? Like, you're tall, right? So probably. When I look at a tall guy, the first thing I think is big dick. And I think gay guys would think the same thing.
Well, it happens more than I'm comfortable with.
So you've never.
I'm just,
So you've never like played one for the
dabbled
other
in
team?
the darkness?
No.
No, not at all. No,
Have you ever like woke up from a sweaty dream, been like, oh, I just that was close.
no. Does this happen?
So that's a big NO.
That's definitely.
Okay,
I'm too big a
okay.
fan of boobs.
Is there a certain type of boobs you like?
No.
I heard there's 3 types of boobs. In their 20s, they're like melons. In the 30s and 40s, they're like pears. And then in their 50s, they're onions.
Onions.
Yeah. Like scared of that shit. No?
They stink?
I think so. I don't know.
You cry.
They make you cry.
Make you cry. In your,
So close.
what was it, the 50s? They make you cry?
Yeah, apparently, because they're saggy, I guess. Mine are doing really good. I'm 45.
You got 7 years.
Well done.
7 more years and I get onions. All right. Some GNR, you ready?
Yes.
All right. So, did you see them live or what's your story behind GNR?
We did see them back, but it wasn't GNR. It was the Axl Rose band touring as
Oh.
GNR. And I think we left. We were pretty lit, but we had a box there and we were watching it and it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I always wanted to see them back. Like, was it 92? The 2 albums, the Illusions came out.
Mm-hmm.
That'd have been great. I mean, they were touring with Metallica.
Yeah.
That was the one I wanted to see. And then the Pyro got Hetfield and they canceled the tour before they even got to Canada, I think, or in Van or something like that. But yeah, we never saw him in the prime. Then
He's kind of a little bit bloated right now.
oh yeah, I mean, he was Botox to hell, I think. Right? I mean, you look at him, it's like a basketball with slit for eyes.
And he had a hissy fit, didn't he? He got a hissy fit, walked off stage and they just talked to him and come.
Yeah, when doesn't he really have a hissy fit though?
So let's talk about some 80s bands because you know your playlist is all a little 80s, 90s kind of thrash metal. What is your favorite front man?
I'd say Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah.
He's,
So was it the leather pants and the no shirt, Bruce Dickinson, or was it more like
like the 84, like Bruce
Yeah.
Dickinson?
with his hairy chest?
Fuck, they dressed so weird back then.
He had to tighten up his little strap
yeah.
on his.
Yeah, no, I think, well, probably. I mean, he was better back then. I mean, we've
Yeah.
seen him a few times and, he's getting older.
Yeah.
He's been through like throat cancer or tongue cancer, whatever the hell he had.
It's a weird cancer.
Yeah, something. And
Can't get that from licking pussy.
I think that
Tongue
was what he was
cancer.
accused of.
Really?
Licking dirty pussy is how he got
That's how he got.
tongue cancer.
Don't lick dirty pussy.
That's
Cancer comes from dirty pussy.
yeah, and I
Tongue
think,
cancer.
I think he addressed it in his book and
Yeah.
he said, no, that's horseshit. That's not what's from. And he heard the rumors too and didn't appreciate it.
I wouldn't appreciate it either. So so now you're Bruce Dickinson, right? You're on stage. Never met your wife before. What is a rock female that you could potentially take down just for a night?
Hailstorm.
Lizzie.
Lizzie Hailstorm. Lizzie Hale.
Lizzie had it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah. That's a
You
good
agree?
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she approves. What's your favorite concert you ever been to? I know you've been to a lot of obviously festivals, but in a festival, what was your best show you've ever seen that you're
Was
like, holy fuck, that was amazing?
Maiden.
Yeah.
Maiden in 2016 because there were so many fucking people there. I mean, we pushed our way as far to the front. I mean, a buddy of ours could have gotten us right to the stage if you want to, but I'm Canadian and I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Where he's Aussie and he's just elbowing people to get out of the fucking way, right?
I love it.
So we got up fairly close, but then you're up there and you turn around and there's 100 or 90,000 people or something like that. Basically a small city behind you.
It's crazy.
That was amazing to see. And
So phenomenal show.
it was. I mean, by the end of it, we had to piss so bad. I mean, I had a poncho on and I said to Claire, I said, fuck it, I'm just going to piss in my poncho. Who's going to see? Right? It was so muddy there. It
Yeah,
didn't even matter.
it didn't matter.
Whatever. I could just whip it out. It was a big enough poncho. I could have pissed and no one would have known. it's a whole field of sheep shit anyway.
Yeah.
But Chris was like, no, you can't do that.
My audience didn't notice, but most guys, when they rip out their dick, it's like one hand, not Freeman. He's like two hand pissing in a poncho. And it's like a fucking basketball thick size too, right? So obviously we're in your garage and there's Iron Maiden everywhere. So I want you to bring me back to like your first love of Iron Maiden, first album or first poster. How old were you?
First album, grade 3.
No way.
Yeah, a buddy of mine was having a birthday party, and it's like, my mother gives me $20, so I go buy him a present. And he mentioned something about like an Iron Maiden, so I went up to the record store back then and bought him Peace of Mind. And then I saw the title album there, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool picture. Because I mean, really, that's how they get a lot of people in, is the album covers, right?
The album.
They can't be matched. So I bought that, brought it home, and the first song off that album actually hooked me right in. It had such an opening riff that was killer. I'd never heard anything like that before. And being grade 3, you're only exposed to your parents' music really at that time. So
yeah,
it was
Elvis.
It was pretty far off from Elvis and ABBA and Kenny Rogers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was.
So you have a collection.
Amazing.
So how did this collection start?
I think started just with posters. Yeah, I had like those two there are probably the oldest that I've had forever. And then it just grew from there. It went kind of nuts. But, as a kid, my best friend had his room like that.
Yeah.
He had all these awesome Iron Maiden. So you could sit there really and just look at these pictures because there's so much detail.
Yeah.
And that's all we did. Like we'd sit there and listen to Maiden and look at the pictures, talk about it. And, back then you had the album so you could read the lyrics. Everybody knew what the lyrics were, right? And that was pretty big. Not now, I couldn't tell you what the half the fucking words of songs are, because you have to go online and look at the lyrics that
That's
way.
right.
But back then, it was.
Yeah.
all
So
the
have you
notes
ever had any sexual fantasies about Eddie?
But Eddie?
Yeah. No.
No, I don't think he's my type.
My very first concert when I was 16 years old in Vancouver, I seen Iron Maiden.
Oh, really?
And it was really, really cool. I was on the floor and Eddie like fell on the drum kit.
Like they fucked up and it fell.
Yeah, it just like fell and everybody like started like panicking on the floor and we were on the floor and everybody's coming this way. I think we're like, that's when you could stand on the floor, not chairs, right? So when people turn this way, you're like, holy fuck.
What the
like,
fuck's going on here?
I might not want to go that way, and you just like randomly turn around, but people are like all freaking out and
Well, shit.
yeah, it was kind of crazy. And then they kind of settled everything down and brought everybody back in. I think it was just random. He just like kind of like deflated, wasn't like aggressive, but it freaked out the stage and all the roadies and all that.
Was
So
it that Eddie?
pardon me?
Which Eddie was it? Was it the Somewhere in Time?
Oh, I can't remember. I was 16. That was like four years ago.
Oh, sorry. I'm not laughing at you.
All right, one of my favorite Metallica songs. Before you tell me about that song, Tyler was shocked. My producer, I don't know if you've met my producer, Tyler. He thought that you were more an Injustice for All kind of guy.
That.
Not the song, the album.
It's the album.
The whole album?
Yeah.
When you look back at that, though, I can see why Bob Rock came in and said, yeah, your guys' last album. I mean, it's a great album.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Bob Rock or when the Black Album came out, it was so different. But when you look at Injustice, a lot of it does sound the same.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of the same sound throughout the entire thing. Master, they got Sanitarium on there, which is totally different, But To Live Is to Die is probably like one of my second favorite songs, though. Like,
Yeah.
It's an instrumental, but still, it's fantastic.
Still so
right?
good.
It's unreal. But Master just had the energy, like it punches you right in the fucking nuts as soon as it starts, right? And,
Yeah.
And it's that as soon as you hear that song,
Like
it made me want.
Master.
Yeah,
I say that. I try to work that on Tyler, but it doesn't work. Right. He actually asks me to call him Master sometimes. Weird. You probably
Does he
get
have
that,
a dog
eh?
collar on?
Sensei.
Leash?
It's not master, it's sensei.
So what were you like growing up in high school?
What was I like?
Yeah.
Uh.
What kind of crowd did you hang out with?
A was pretty much friends with everybody.
Yeah.
But mostly, you know, I mean, in the 80s, I was 2 years behind the actual metal, you know, like all the metal crowds.
Yeah.
You know, I went to the Smoke Doors and everybody was all,
Yeah.
you know, long hairs and shit like that. But so, yeah, by high school, I was pretty much the only one left. You know, maybe me and 3 or 4 other people in the whole school that were still, you know, wearing Maiden and long hair and all that shit. Like there wasn't that many of us left. But yeah, I got along with pretty much everybody.
You ever get in trouble in high school?
Did I? No.
Did you meet?
In the roof?
Oh, that was junior high.
Oh,
Ask him about that.
what
Oh,
happened
that's-
in junior high?
No, we were just crawling around in the roof.
It's not a big deal.
So you come out of the girls'
I didn't come out in the fucking girls' washroom.
What locker room was it over?
It was not.
Were you peeking
I-
in the
I-
girls' locker room?
No, but I got
Wow.
accused of it and I nearly fucking lost
Sorry,
my
you get
shit.
incensed at my-
Yeah, I mean, oh, they suspended me, called my dad down. We're in the office. I mean, the vice principal, you know, I told him, I said, no, we were just up there fucking around and see what's up there. And he's like, oh, well, I think you're going towards the women's washroom. And I fucking
weird.
jumped out of my chair. Like I was like, I'm not a fucking liar, you piece of shit. And my dad grabbed me, threw me back down the chair. You sit down, and let me deal with this. But yeah, no, literally all we were doing was just fucking around up there, just see what was up there.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
we
not a
found,
peeping
we found a
Tom.
pair of work gloves up there. Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. You know,
We used to climb on the school roof too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
It was
It's-
something to do. It's
that's
like
right.
something to conquer
Yeah. it
and
was-
slide down tree things. What are they called? Branches? You know, some tree branches. So you're growing up. What did you play for sports? In
Baseball.
Baseball.
That was it.
Okay, so were you a good baseball player?
That was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the smallest penis you've seen in the dressing room?
We didn't have dressing rooms.
Oh, you just got
You
changed
just
in
showed
front of
up.
each other?
Yeah, you just showed up at the game.
Oh, so you didn't get that luxury.
No.
I have a
No.
little bit of an obsession of a man's dressing room. Do you want to just tell me what it's like in there in a man's dressing room? Is it good,
The
bad?
only dressing room that I remember being in is high school, basically, when, you know, before and after gym. Well,
No small
No.
penises?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
my
you're not a
business.
looker.
No.
Okay, I'm just curious. Right? I always get curious about that when somebody plays sports. I just
Oh,
feel
right.
like there's always dicks flying everywhere
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
change room.
I've heard that from hockey.
Yeah.
You know,
Hockey.
They're all
Yeah.
doing the elephant walk or whatever
Oh,
it is, right?
wow.
I've heard of that.
Jeez, I'm in the wrong change room.
Yeah, but no.
Don't go in a baseball room, change room.
We never played anywhere big enough that would actually have a you know,
Elephant.
that too.
All right. Rush. I'm surprised you have Rush on your playlist.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Rush.
That was like, I mean, there was Maiden, and then another buddy of mine said, oh, you got to listen to this band. And
Yeah.
I listened to it. And I'm like, oh, there's a lot going on in these songs.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot.
It's like a 45-minute intro to every
That's
single
to
song.
every song. And then, you know, all the different sounds are going on. Like it blew me away when my buddy's like, you know, there's only 3 guys in that band.
You're
I'm like,
what?
what are these? Like the guy's got drums, you know, like those guys, those monkeys are, you know. I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's
Like,
got a harmonica holder
Yeah.
and a tangerine or
I mean, even
tambourine.
you listen to the drums and you're like, man, this guy's got to have 4 arms.
Yeah.
It's like Vishnu or whatever, you know.
The guy
That's
from
the
Def
only
Leppard
way.
could never play.
No, he cannot get away with Rush. But, you know, they were, you know, some of their earlier albums was more hard sounding, like more hard Zeppelin type
Yeah.
sound. And then they kind of cooled off a bit, but yeah, I mean, they've never given a shit really about airplay, radio time, anything like
Yeah.
that, right? They play what they want to play, and then whether you like it or not, they didn't care.
And I don't want to say broke records because it's probably the wrong thing to say, but they are like the music talent. I have a guy on the podcast really early on, probably like 5th or 6th episode, Frank, was just kind of obsessed with Rush.
Mhm.
And he was a drummer and same
Well,
thing.
yeah.
He was
I
just
mean-
like, oh my God, there's not a better drummer out there.
No, Neil Peart was the best in the world, right?
So
And actually, that was the only. I meant to ask you actually. That was the only like musician when you heard he died that actually kicked me in the nuts.
yeah.
I was just like gut punched. I couldn't believe it, you know. And I was like, fuck, I didn't think that'd be so effective,
Yeah.
or affect me so much.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, like, have you ever had that? Like, is there an artist that died that?
It
You're
sounds
just like,
funny because it's totally different, but Prince,
Yeah.
right? Because I just went and I've always wanted to see him, always. And, living in Vancouver, or like when I lived in Nanaimo, I'm sure he came to Vancouver a lot, but maybe I just wasn't exposed to go see him, or I was just too young. But when he came to Calgary 5 or 6 years ago and I went and seen him, I made sure that we got like as close as I could, which was third row. And I think 3 months after that or something like that, he died. And I regret like leaving. I regret being so drunk at the concert. I really do, because I don't remember a lot of the music because we were so drunk, and I regret that because now he's gone. And I do believe that he had such amazing musical talent. I think he was well before his time, right? And I think it's another person that didn't give a fuck. It's like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never listened to him much, just what I've heard in the radio, basically. But so
Tyler
I can't
has
really make any judgment.
Prince pants.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my producer does.
Why isn't he wearing them?
Yeah, where are they?
Because they're Annette size and they don't fit me very well.
Well,
And I'd end up looking at your junk.
I show everything.
so what is the best girl band that you've been exposed to that you like, that you're like, okay, yeah, this is a great girl band?
Like all girl, or just like girl
Just lead singer girl.
I think-
Can be all girl.
I think Hailstorm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many songs I like, but she's got a fucking amazing voice. Like, we saw her at Download, actually. She was there and she sang what was that song that she sang a cappella? Poison.
Oh, yeah, it's a cover.
No,
She sang a cover.
no, it wasn't a cover. It was, or is that a cover song?
I thought it was a cover.
I thought it was theirs. I can't remember what it was, but nothing. She just came out and just started belting it out.
Have you ever heard of her before, or is that where you got exposed to her? Was
No,
in Download.
I wanted to make sure that at least we
Oh,
stopped by
Yay.
and saw some of her, because we had heard some song.
Yeah.
That song's gonna drive me batshit now.
At the end of the show, you'll get it for
Mhm.
sure. All right, ready for the next song?
Yes.
All right. Nice. All right, so obviously a little bit different
Yeah.
than your heavy metal, but it's still really good.
Yeah, that's our wedding song.
It is.
Yep.
Oh, well, let me flip to page. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, we always, we had a buddy, he always referred to me as, long-haired freaky people.
Yeah.
And so whenever that song came out, he'd make sure of making a point of that. And when we got married, a story in itself, after leaving the trailer park and going out to the pub. 'Cause
Wow.
we
We're
got
gonna go
married.
there for sure.
Oh, I fucking the trailer smelled like dog shit. It was, we just went kind of like an elope thing. We spent all our money on our honeymoon, so we just let's just go and get it done.
Do you want to come to my?
Do you want to come to my office?
You didn't say it was a dog shit park.
Well, when she gave you the address, I listened to the address and I'm like, I know the city pretty good. I said, that's a fucking trailer park. That's where her office is. I don't know. So we show up. I'm like, yeah, sure enough. Yeah, this trailer. We go in, smells like dog shit. And then we got married and just head to the pub. And then they were doing karaoke and
It was New Year's Eve.
yeah, New Year's Eve. That's when we got married. And then yeah, doing
case you didn't know.
karaoke. Yeah. And that's why do you think we did that? So I'd fucking remember it.
So let's talk about your wife a little bit. When
All right.
did you guys meet?
7 years ago.
Okay, so how old were you and how old was she?
I was 19. She was 16.
Mm,
Oh,
here we go. We're going down the rabbit hole. The good thing is you're still together.
yes.
Wasn't like a one and done,
No.
right? Is this your first 16-year-old you slept with though?
Yes.
So tell me how you met.
7-Eleven. Actually.
Oh, just you were going to get a Slurpee.
No.
And like the cashier.
No, next to the high school, there was a McDonald's, and then next to that was.
At least you didn't see it next to the elementary.
Yeah.
So you met her at
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's where everybody went to hang out.
Oh yeah, that was a great, I remember.
Right. That's so. You sat there, and everyone got their.
So you
Slurpees and
seen
smoked,
her?
and- yeah, I saw her. Yeah, she was bending over in front of me.
Wow, she has
And
a
I was
great
like,
ass.
"Mm."
Yeah.
Yeah. for
You're
sure.
like, yeah, I'm gonna tap that.
Yes.
Did she, I heard she lied about her age though.
No.
Oh, I was trying to get you out of that one, but you didn't.
No, she was.
Okay, so you met her.
Yes.
How long until you met her until you had sex?
I think it was a couple months.
Wow,
Wasn't it?
No.
she's disagreeing.
It wasn't? That
She's
was a long
okay.
time ago. I don't
You don't remember?
remember.
Oh, no, you're right.
Ah,
Oh, now
See?
she's playing. Now she's playing hard to get.
No, from the
I
first
was
time we
right.
met, yes, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, we'll let that one go. And then how long did it take you to propose?
10 years.
Okay, and then did you do it like, are you a romantic kind of guy?
No.
Okay, did
No,
you
I was sitting on the couch. I said, we should just get married.
did you throw a ring at her?
No,
That's what Tyler did to me.
threw one.
Yeah, it's here.
Just flicked it.
I think we should do this. Happy fucking day.
Yeah.
You had to redo
That's
that one.
that's romantic.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Unless I'm remembering wrong.
No, I think it's great. I think it's good. So if you were to describe your mother-in-law, what kind of animal would she be? It's okay
A
that
bear?
okay, let's dive into this a little bit. Why would you pick a bear?
Oh, she's just not forceful, but she's a power to
Okay.
be reckoned with,
Yeah.
basically. Am I,
Yeah.
am I being safe enough?
Yeah, I think you're doing good. We can remove your wife from the room if you want.
No, that's fine.
I can get my producer to remove your wife from the.
From the room. No, it's fine.
Just kidding. No, I think a bear is good because it also means so much more, right? She's probably, you want to hug her, but you're afraid to.
No. Yeah, mom bear. Yeah.
What's your biggest deal breaker in a relationship?
Lying.
Lying. When's the last time you told a lie?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
No.
Are you lying?
No. Yeah, right now.
All right, next song. Hey, this is why we're here. It's such a good song.
It is.
Yeah. Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden again.
Okay, so we know you love Iron Maiden and we dive down that, but obviously you picked this song for a reason.
Well, I mean, that was the download song.
Yeah.
That was the song that came on when everybody, I mean, it does have parts everybody knows. Everybody's there. Most, I'd say 99% know the song.
Yeah.
So when they were torn to that, and then got to the parts where everybody sings type thing, that was,
It would have been
Powerful.
magical.
it was, I mean, I got goosebumps.
Like
just remembering it,
100,000
right?
people.
Yeah. And
That would have been really cool.
yeah, that was probably the coolest part of that whole thing. It's just turning around and seeing everybody singing the same thing. You hear more from the crowd than you hear
Yeah.
from the stage, right?
And that's why I think, well, for me, that's why I love 80s bands is breakdowns and theater singing.
Mhm.
You don't see that
No.
anymore. And back then we just wanted the crowd to be involved. And I love that musicians did that. Now it's just like, no, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
We
No, I
don't
mean,
need you.
I mean, when we first saw them here, and Run to the Hills is not my favorite song, right? But everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
we saw them in the Dome, and everybody, even if you're not a Maiden fan, knew the song,
Yeah.
and it just blew the roof off that. Like, I couldn't believe it, how loud, and like I said, it's not my favorite song, but remembering that
Yeah.
is it's a good memory to have.
I love it. Do you have any pet peeves?
Yeah. People, I mean, we were talking about this the other day, like when we used to, in our old house, we used to have to fix everything. And, I'm changing a switch plate and there's 2 different fucking screw heads on there. Like, did you seriously put your fucking screwdriver down, grab another different, a Phillips, and then put that in there too? I'm trying to change it. I'm like, you're so fucking lazy that you can't use the same damn screw.
God. How am I going to use a
it just
knife on this
fucking makes-
fucking thing to?
Oh, it just made me so fucking mad because it would happen all the time, right? I'd see this, I'm like, who does this? There must be a guy thing, though, I think.
Anything else that
Just stupid drivers mostly.
Fast drivers, slow drivers,
Slow.
don't use their signal light drivers.
Slow. Like I was going on Heritage the other day. It's 60 zone. This old man is in front of me going 50, and he's got his mirror wrong, so I can see him. Right, and I'm just driving. He's looking right at me. I'm like, and I pointed the fucking sign, like 60. We're just passing it. You know, what are you doing? And he starts flapping his wings, like I'm the asshole here. Like seriously, you're going 50 in a fucking 60 zone, and you're mad at me because I'm getting aggravated.
We were driving home last night, and some guy actually leaned out the window and jerked Tyler off as he drove past him.
That's how long is this guy's arm?
And then gave him the finger.
Tyler's hanging out the window.
I was like, babe, that guy just jerked you off and then gave you the finger. And I don't know where he's going. We're going 120. I'm not quite sure. I can't even believe his car even made it. It's like a piece of shit. Like, how can it even go that fast? But he made it very clear his stroking was really good.
Did Tyler get off?
Yeah. Well, he wanted to. I said, not right now.
You want to pull off the road.
Yeah. He did.
But there's no reason to it. Like, you guys are just going down the road going.
No, we're going 120 in the fast lane. That apparently isn't fast enough. It's 8:30 at night. It's not fast enough. So Freeman, if you could create an alter ego for yourself, who would it be and what would the name be?
Pickle Rick.
Oh. Okay, tell me a little bit.
Oh, it's so good.
It is so good.
It was like I was an alter ego, like when I built that thing.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, and just going to the concerts or whatever. And I don't know how many times I had my picture taken, you know, with people.
Yeah.
Because everybody, you know, who's seen Rick and Morty knows that episode. It's just such a great episode.
You're great at Halloween costumes. Have you always been?
I always wanted to do my own shit. I was never a big fan of getting the mask off the wall and putting it on.
Why don't you tell us about the new Halloween costume that we're gonna do?
Suggested to me?
No.
Or the one that got vetoed. Yeah, the same
let's
one that
talk
got
about
vetoed.
the one that got vetoed.
Yeah, the perv or the pedophile from Family Guy.
Yeah, I think you would do a really good job.
I just can't do the S's. I can't.
No.
But it's vetoed anyway, so I'm coming up with.
I'm gonna protest.
Yeah.
All right, next song, Disturbed.
Yes.
So obviously, do you love this version more than the Cranberries?
Or
What's her name?
Simon Garfunkel?
Yeah.
Well, I liked the original
before
the same came out. I thought it was a great song. And then, this song was, again, download. I'm such a merch whore that as soon as we got there, I'm like, I'm going to the merch, you know. But
Got to buy my shirt.
yeah, the lineup is so fucking long. And Disturbed, we knew was starting, and these guys are like, you know, like, come on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
let's
you know
go.
what? Just go. I'll find you after, which doesn't happen.
Yeah, there's
So-
100,000 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Put your hand up.
And that's, he did do that. But yeah, finally I got my merch, came down, and we knew Robin was a big fan of the song. So I'm like, well, shit, I got my phone out and I just started taking video of them playing that. And I didn't know that Chris was doing the same thing from a different angle,
Oh, no way.
but she started hers early and then stopped it. And I started mine late. So basically when we sent it to Robin, like, she's like, oh yeah, this is what happened. She almost had the full song,
No way.
you know, because of just the timing of that. But yeah, that was kind of an experience trying to find them too, because, you know, they'd send pictures of,
Yeah.
you know, there's this tower. And I'm like, well, this is the tower I'm under. We're in the same fucking spot. You know, for pretty much all of Disturbed, we never did find each other. We ended up finding each other after, you know. It's like, oh, well, look for the tall guy with the red hair. You know, put your hand up. Fuck, everybody's got their hand up. You know, it was,
So
it
let's
was
talk about your
difficult.
hair a little bit.
all right.
Has it always been crimped?
Crimped. Yeah, like curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Has it always been that length? Or has
Actually, it
ever
doesn't
been
grow any longer than
It
this.
doesn't grow. Have you ever had head lice?
No,
No,
I
never.
don't think so. Maybe as a little kid, but I don't remember ever having it.
Okay. Because it might be a little bit of a nightmare for a mom kind of getting the head lice out of there.
Well, yeah, we've seen it with our niece. You know, you have
Yeah.
to deal because all kids apparently at that age,
Apparently.
they just spread around like
Yeah,
chicken pox parties, basically.
that's right. Chicken pox party. So are you a good singer, Freeman? Do you
Am
love
I?
to sing?
Singer. I think
Yeah.
it's a senior. I'm like, fuck.
You're a
Not
really
that
good
old. Singer? No.
singer. Are you a good singer though?
No.
No. So you do play a musical instrument.
Yes.
Okay, so I see you play guitar.
Yes.
Did you just pick that up, or were you playing guitar in the past, or?
Not long. I mean, whatever long. I mean, I never had one as a kid because you couldn't afford it, really. I had like keyboard as a kid that my parents bought me that I used to fuck around on. Probably, because it's Final Countdown.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's keyboard. I want to make those sounds too.
Yeah.
And then, but I always wanted to play guitar. I just never had the opportunity to. And then it's got to be 15 years now that I got the first one. And then it's just been off and on playing, and then Chris bought me the Les Paul for my 40th.
Wow.
And then
She went all out.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's an amazing guitar.
Right? Les Paul. Jeez, look at her. Yeah.
Oh, I almost
did.
cried. Yeah.
The Final Countdown is what I walked down the aisle to.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great song.
It was. The whole beach was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. What are you counting down to? Are you counting down to the end of something or the beginning of something?
So I know you're not a big fan of like boy bands, but if you had to choose a boy band that you could potentially like, is there one that you
Probably Backstreet Boys.
Okay. Was there one of those guys that you really related to?
No, but I saw I don't know, Donnie Wahlberg's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
Like in Band of Brothers, he's perfect. Like he delivered, and then he's on the Blue Blood show. Chris watched the spot.
Yeah.
Isn't that a different band?
I thought it was Backstreet Boys,
I
isn't it?
think it's New Kids on the Block.
Or is it New Kids? Oh, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
okay. I
That
wasn't
shows
gonna
my
correct
knowledge
you.
of fucking boy bands. I don't know, that guy with Marky Mark and
Yeah,
his brother.
you did good. You did good.
Yeah.
So if you could ever sleep with a rock star, who would you sleep with? You have to say a guy now. It
has
can't
to
be a girl.
guy?
Yeah. It can't be a girl because you're going to say the same girl and it's exhausting. Your obsession with her is a lot. You gotta admit that.
Guy, eh?
Yeah, it's got to be a guy. You don't have to sleep with him, but if you were a girl.
Well, back in like 90s, I could see Axl Rose being
Yeah.
a big one, or Sebastian Bach back
Okay.
in the 80s. Not now. Fuck, have you seen him now?
I know. They're both like dead and bloated. They're like an
They
STP
are, yeah.
song.
Yeah, they've been dead for years. Just nobody's told them yet.
That's right. All right, we're gonna do some more Maiden. Another like amazing song. It's cool that you obviously you picked some songs that were well known.
Yeah.
Right. Like if somebody who was like, oh, I don't really know any Iron Maiden songs, and then you play that, they're like, oh, this was Iron Maiden.
Yeah, there's a few of those like that have got on the radio
Yeah.
besides Run of the Hills. No, I picked like that one was fuck, it was bizarre. Buddy of mine rented a limo to take us from here to Edmonton to go see Maiden.
No way.
So we all pile in the limo, head up to Red Deer to pick up his buddies there. So by the time we got, like near Edmonton, we're all pretty lit. And I don't remember if I actually saw it happen or just I want to think I did. But we're heading right in the highway, just coming into Edmonton, and a 6x6 fell off the truck in front of us. And we hit this thing and just fucking launched. Right. So we're, in the air. We come down, Chris crashed her head on the roof of the damn thing. Back window blows out.
Whoa.
And we're like, what the fuck's going on? Right. Because we weren't expecting that. Who would? And so we're like, okay, we get that sorted out. And buddy's like, yeah, I'll go. I got a buddy, I'll get my window fixed or whatever like that. And then I'll come get you after. So we went to the concert, made it to the concert, had a good time.
Their neck braces were good.
Well, everyone was kind of sore or whatever. And then, buddy shows up again and he's got fucking poly wrap on his back window. And we're like, this isn't fixed. And he's like, no, I know, I'm sorry, but you guys can smoke back there now.
They're like, thanks, Bob.
Thanks.
That's the first thing we're thinking about.
And I can't remember, it's got to be September or October or something like that. We were freezing our fucking asses.
November -30.
Yeah, we're heading back down the highway. We're all just fucking shivering away.
Smoky.
Yeah, at least we could smoke, right? Fuck.
So have you ever did anything really, really bad that you haven't been caught for? By the police?
By the cops? No.
No. Ever been in a fight?
Not really. I
No?
punched a friend of mine once.
In the face?
No, yeah.
What'd you punch him for?
Oh, he kept riding his bike into mine. I told
Oh.
him, you fucking do it again, I'm gonna dummy you. He did it. I jumped off my bike and fucking dummied him.
How old were you? Like, was
It
this
was-
a couple
it
weeks
was-
ago?
No,
or-
no. Yeah, we were pedaling on our fucking on our bicycles. No, that was high school.
Oh, just a regular high school day.
Well, apparently it was in Deef or whatever.
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna need you over here.
Oh, come on in.
Come on over here just for a couple seconds. Because you gotta bring your drink because it's a drinking game.
Oh, I'm gonna need a drink.
Yeah, you better go get a drink. It's okay. This can run. She can edit it. It's all good. We're editing. We're editing. Okay.
Did you need one?
No, I'm still good. Okay. You ready? Take two. So, Freeman, you're madly in love with your wife, right? You know everything about her?
Most.
Okay, you're not allowed to look at her. Because if you get the question wrong, she has to drink.
Okay.
You get the question right, then he drinks.
So I
She drinks, you drink.
it's like
How
a
does that work?
heads I win, tails you
If
lose.
He gets it right.
She drinks, vice versa. You get it. Okay, so how long have you been together?
27 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Drink, Chris. All right.
Well, 27
What?
and a half.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What did she wear on your first date?
That's the jeans and a t-shirt.
What's it?
Drink.
Drink, Freeman.
Cut off jeans.
Oh,
They're shorts. Shorts are different than pants.
All right. Who's a better kisser?
I don't know. I've never
What do you do
Really
if it's a
thought
draw?
of that,
I think
yeah.
we're fair.
Well, if you both
Yeah,
have
I
to
think-
drink if it's a draw.
Okay.
Swear. Okay, Freeman, what's her star sign?
her star sign, Aquarius.
Okay, good. Chris, better chug that Radler. All right, what's Chris's weirdest quirk?
That
You
her,
can't look at her.
that
though.
her knees bend backwards.
What?
It's
What?
fucking weird, man.
What the fuck? Okay,
You gotta-
what is happening? She's never showed me this skill.
It's just my legs.
That's weird.
no, see, yeah, like it goes, and then
That's weird. Who said I love you first?
I did.
All right, Chris, drink it up. Okay, does she like hair pulling during sex?
No.
Look at her, she totally does. Who's the tidiest?
She is.
Okay, you better keep chugging. Jeez, you're getting, who's a better cook?
I am.
Who's mostly on top?
I am.
Chris, you better get another drink. Who is most likely to deal with the spider?
Me.
Hey,
Jesus.
no.
Most likely.
Well, if you're not available, I deal with it.
Yeah.
You better finish that. Okay, which Disney character is Chris mostly like?
Do you know any Disney?
Not really, no.
Which Disney character is Freeman mostly like?
The Lion King.
Like the king?
The
Simba?
one with the hair.
Simba,
The one
yeah.
with the hair.
All
I
right,
know.
Freeman, you got a drink.
Oh,
What's Chris's worst habit?
smoking?
Okay, drink up, Chris. What's your pet name?
Dead.
Okay, geez, you're gonna pound back.
I'm glad it was a rattler.
What is the most likely thing that Chris would end up in jail for?
I'd say road rage.
All right, last question. What's Chris's bra size?
36C.
Holy cow, they know each other.
Wow.
I'm
Good job.
impressed. Good job.
7 years.
Good job.
Good job. Good job. All right, you're excused. All right, next song. It's a great song. I don't think I've ever heard this
Have you
song.
heard these guys?
No. So my favorite part of obviously doing these podcasts is that people send their playlists and I get the joy of listening to them. And also like kind of being in their brain and lots of times you're like, oh, totally. Like when I heard your playlist, I was like, oh, 100% Freeman. But there's some songs that I was like, I get the joy of being like, oh, fuck, I've never heard this song before. Boom, I get to save that. So it's exposed me to a ton of music as well. And I love that.
Yeah,
so why
awesome.
do you love that song? Have you seen them or?
Yeah, that's another download story, really. We're, you kind of itinerize your day for who you really want to make sure you see. Yeah. And, you fill in the rest.
Yeah.
And a buddy of ours, he's like, oh, well, we've got an hour to kill. And I know this band is playing down at this tent. And so we should go see him. And I'm like, who? He's like, oh, Palais Royale. And he said, oh, they're a Canadian band. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, Canadian band? They're going to suck. So,
There's no patio lanterns here. Like, what the hell?
No, it's just, besides Rush, I mean, Rush never got big. They got big in Chicago, right? They're not known as Canadian bands. And we just never saw that many good ones. And so we all go down there and we're getting to the tent. And there's some dude dressed as, the Borat.
Yeah.
costume.
Oh, really?
And his buddy's right down there checking his nuts out.
Oh.
And we're like, what the fuck's going on here?
Let's stop and
That's
stop and
disgusting.
look.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, that was odd. And we kept going in and we watched them and they had, it's just a tiny stage that they were given because they weren't well known. And the energy that these kids had, I mean, they were young and just blew us away. And
it's kind of like Sky, like it's fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're very upbeat.
Yeah.
And he's got a great voice. It's kind of raspy, raspy type thing. And we had to basically admit at the end of it that they weren't bad, right? Because we went in there just hating them. We're not going to like these guys, and had our faces on, and then
you did. You love them.
They kept playing, and they they sounded good. They played good. They won over the crowd, and we walked out. Yeah, I guess they were pretty good. And it really pissed us off because we wanted to be, right.
That's right, and you weren't.
And we were completely wrong. Yeah. But and then you listen to some, like they did a remake of shit. What's that? Mad World. They did a remake of, and they did. Everybody's remade that at some point.
Yeah.
But they did a really good take on that too. So
Freeman, you're pretty like even keel, right? Like I've never seen you mad. Do you get angry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah.
So what is one thing that you and Chris argue about? Like if she did something to you, you're automatically at a 9. Like there's no like 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, oh God, she just pushed that button. I'm at a 9. Why did she do that?
I don't know.
What makes you angry? Just for I can start talking about it.
Stupid people make me angry.
Yeah, I don't like stupid people.
No, it's just, it drives me nuts. That goes into the bad drivers kind of scenario of things. Like you're driving a fucking car. What else are you doing in there? Deal with driving first and then deal with picking up whatever the fuck it is off your floor later.
You get mad at me,
I get mad at you for getting mad at me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you like to hang out with your parents?
No.
What's the part of that do you not like?
Oh, it's just boring. Like
your parents are boring. Who do you like better, your mom or your dad?
Oh, my dad's dead.
Okay, so
it's
like one
I
choice.
still like him.
It's a lot to choose from there, right?
But yeah, it'd be my dad.
So, do you have any heroes?
I don't think so.
Do you have anybody that you admire, their characteristics, or you're like, oh, I really like that guy. I might potentially send him a weird email, contact him, little
like
stalker.
stalking type thing. I can't think of anybody offhand.
Okay, well, Bruce is safe then, right?
Can you think of anyone? Yeah, but I mean, he's a completely.
Yeah, this is something that
like that's
it's
not
got to be
really
somebody that Freeman potentially couldn't sleep with. There's a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
that.
she's in a Maiden. I'm like, they're
Yeah.
Junkies on the stage.
So, what do you think about my obsession with your wife? Like, if
I think
you
it's
walked
funny.
in and we were scissoring, what would you do?
I get my phone out.
And what's the obsession with your wife's purple fetish?
It's her favorite color.
Favorite color?
Yeah.
He's not giving me a lot here.
It's a good color. I don't. It's. Yeah, I don't know. There's no real.
Well, she's
there's no
not-
back.
She's not
story
layering the
to
house
it
in
or-
purple, so that's a good thing.
No, it's mostly chairs and
Yeah.
clothes.
Underwear. She has purple
Yeah.
underwear because I've seen them.
Oh.
Yeah, I've bought her purple underwear before. Anyways, next song, let's go.
Anyways, yeah, let's move on.
And I haven't heard this song before either. Soul. So is
Soul,
this
yeah.
like another download or?
No, actually, this was one of the songs. Like when we go boarding, it started a while ago. Craig, everyone has got a GoPro nowadays.
Yeah.
Right? So he had one, and he made just like a collection of videos from the year of us boarding and putting it to music. And then 2019 was my year when everybody, he only had one GoPro to fucking deal with. And by that time we had 4 or 5. So he's like, all right, now it's your turn to do it. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, I got to go through 5 cameras full of footage to try and put something together. That was one of the songs I picked, but it was like that year is we never been to Castle. We'd heard about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's my favorite mountain ever. Right.
And you were more of a skier prior.
I was boarding then.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was my second year boarding or it must have been. Yeah. But we went up in the middle of a brutal snowstorm. So we had no idea, right? We're going up the mountain and we get to the very top. We have no idea where to go. We just saw people going this way and you could not see 20 feet. So we had, we're seeing people go down and we're, I'm watching Craig. He's the most experienced of all. So he was going to jump up and just lead us down type thing to wherever the hell it goes. We had no idea. And then he fell down just getting up. Robin started getting up and I said, well, fuck this. I'm not letting her go. So I jumped up and started going down and you could not tell. It was just a path.
Yeah.
So I had no idea if the path was like the width of this table and it looked like a sheer drop in the side. We couldn't see. We didn't know. So it was just bizarre going through a snowstorm on the side of a mountain thinking I'm just going to fall off this fucking mountain. It's a ski hill. You're not going to have too many cliffs. But that one felt like it. And that was one of the songs that, I threw in that video, because it was such a memorable year. Because by the time we made it through to the other side, where we can see where the actual run is, it turned out to be knee deep. It was amazing. Like we were heading down and it was unbelievable going down. Like it didn't matter. You go as fast as you want, you fall, you didn't get hurt, It was balls deep.
What's the craziest thing you've ever did?
Craziest thing I've ever done?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really all that crazy.
Are you adventurous? Would you say you're adventurous?
No.
Are you afraid of anything?
No.
No. Not even spiders?
No.
No, doesn't bother you.
No. That's like that dream. Chris loves it because she doesn't like spiders. Like she's not terrified, but she doesn't like them. And apparently I woke up one night and I was dating or dreaming actually, and I was looking at my pillow and she's like, well, what's wrong? I said,
She's butt naked on all fours.
yeah, butt naked, staring at my pillow. And she's like, what's going on? I said, there's a spider with like fucking 24 legs. And I'm looking at this, it's fucking weird. And then I'm like, oh, I'll fucking put my head down until I went to sleep. So she's just like, what the fuck? Now I'm supposed to go to sleep. There's a giant spider with 24 legs running around our bed. I didn't seem to care. I was like, oh, this is different, isn't it? And then back to sleep I go.
All right, last song. You ready?
Hmm.
I just have to play this as your last song. Which is some old school,
Yeah,
Faith No
that's-
More, epic.
Yeah, there's no real story or anything attached to it. It's just such a fucking great song.
Yeah, it is.
And timeless. Hearing it in the grocery store wasn't very good. Like I was amazed at that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? They're playing epic in Sobeys.
Classic rock.
Yeah, that kind of turned me off a bit, but no, it is. Yeah, back in Faith No More was.
Yeah.
They were outside of everything, right? Like, I mean, you had your metalheads, you had your, what the fuck were those other guys? So the Duran Duran crowd, all those guys.
Yeah,
What were
like
they called?
soft rock,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, there was a name for those guys.
It wasn't like
Preppies,
maybe prep.
something like that. But these were, Faith No More was completely outside of all them.
And they were very different. They weren't metal.
Totally. No.
They weren't boy band. They were just completely different.
I mean, half of that song is rap.
Yeah.
If you go old school rap, right? Where he's.
Do you have a song that you absolutely hate if it comes on the radio or
anything Tragically Hip?
Yeah.
Anything.
Wow.
I just can't stand that band. I hate them so much.
Yeah. So if you were to give some words of wisdom to anyone that's listening,
Yes.
what would be some words of wisdom that you would like to tell somebody?
I heard it the other day. It's kind of funny. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
Gross. I like that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Freeman, for
No worries,
joining
thank
us
you.
today on Music Junkies. It was a blast, right? So remember, like, subscribe, follow, I don't know, do all those things. If you want to hear more of Freeman, go follow him. He's not on Instagram. He's not on Facebook. But I'll give you his address and you can definitely stalk him.
Just knock on the door.
If you want a tour of the garage, I'm sure he
Yeah.
will do that. You can just pause it.